We ever ready for the show at this point?
I guess not.
Woo, boy. Hey, guys.
Howdy, everybody.
We've had a long day. There's another dog here.
Yes.
As you can see, Archie's not sure how to feel about it. There's a husky in the room. The husky is not happy about not being able to just be loud constantly.
Today has been chaotic start to finish.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I woke up this morning expecting to just kind of chill and see some movies. Did not expect the existential crisis nor the sunburn.
Yeah. You get burned?
Yeah, I got sunburned right here.
Oh, gee. That's funny. Like, most people probably had the existential crisis during Oppenheimer. I had mine during Barbie.
Oh yeah, he is Ken. Like everybody's like, oh, he's literally me, but no, he's literally him.
Here's the thing: the jokes about the literally me Ryan Gosling things are like really fun, and I would like kick into them, for fun, for enjoyment. The same realization that he had at the end of the movie. I had watching the movie.
No.
Because everything they said about Ken was me. I have to go find a book about trucks.
Yep.
Or having a particularly strong interest in the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
I thought that the patriarchy was about horses, but once I found out that it wasn't, I lost interest.
Almost entirely. Like,
it was, I do think it was funny, though. Like, my exposure to the movie prior was entirely through, the memes. Yeah. And is that what happens to the thumbnail if we just don't have one?
I guess.
Oh, okay, that's kind of nice.
Oh, that's cool.
My, everything I've seen was either, like, memes or conservative movie reviewers reviewing Barbie, and, like, was it a little heavy-handed and on the nose with some of the feminism? Yeah, but, like...
But none of it was wrong.
It was just kind of, like, it should have been, like, a sword, and instead it was a mace.
Yeah.
It was just whatever. I didn't think it was a big problem. I don't know why everybody's got their panties in a twist. It was a funny movie. The Ken solved racism through misogyny. It was beautiful.
Yeah, we came to the realization that by the end of the movie, if you didn't like it, then you just have low energy.
Yeah,
that's all
it's just low energy.
Yep.
I think we are gonna have to both be Ken for Halloween.
100%.
Yeah, it was a 100%. Good time. Honestly, the part that really shocked me was I felt like the Barbie movie had more politics in it than Oppenheimer.
100%, absolutely. Well, Oppenheimer was just 3 hours of anxiety. That's all it was.
Oh my! And we didn't get to see it in IMAX.
Yeah, the theater near us that has IMAX is the only theater with IMAX in like a several dozen mile radius, if not more, probably like several hundred. So all the showings are booked out until September. So in order to do the double feature, we had to do it regular. I'm considering going back and watching it myself just to see if IMAX really makes much of a difference because I'm the film guy, but not. It was a different movie than we anticipated.
What were you anticipating?
I was anticipating it being like a story about that happening, but like more focused on the impact of it and not necessarily the personal problems of Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess with a movie called Oppenheimer, not the Manhattan Project, it makes sense that it's more focused on Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But I had that misconception in my head, so going into it, it turned out being different than I was personally anticipating.
I feel like it was more of a movie for people like me than a movie for people like you.
How so?
I'm a history person. It felt a lot more like it was a movie about history and a lot less of a movie about the science of the bomb and scientific community, all that. Like, it was a good movie. It was well made. It definitely isn't the kind of thing that if you go see it, you're going to be like, man, I had such a good time. I'm feeling so good about the world right now.
Oh, yeah, I will confirm. I was wrong. Oppenheimer Barbie is the correct way to watch these movies.
I'm glad you're admitting it, because when that first came up like 3 weeks ago, you guys laughed at me. Both of you laughed at me.
Again, because I was anticipating a different movie with Oppenheimer. I was anticipating, like you said, a little bit more scientific, and it was going to be sad about the state of the world after the bomb, not 3 hours of anxiety about a bunch of really bad people.
Yeah.
Like, the same reason I never got into Succession was the reason I didn't like this movie, is because there's no redeeming characters. And the only people who are vaguely redeeming are just neutral. Yeah. Like, there's no really good people you can root for. It's just...
To be fair...
It's accurate to humanity.
Yeah. Like, I think if they had portrayed any single character as heroic, it kind of would have ruined the movie.
Yeah, true.
I think one of my key takeaways was that the nudity was not essential to the plot. Absolutely not essential to the plot.
Did it increased the impact of certain elements of it, but it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, the first time I was like, okay, I can, you can get away with that.
Well,
the one scene in a certain interrogation room felt a little bit much to me.
Here's the thing. I'm actually the opposite opinion.
Really?
I think the first scene was unnecessary because it actually didn't do anything for the story. But that last scene was definitely the most impactful in terms of how the characters related to one another and the impact that that event had on their dynamic.
Yeah, I was just deeply uncomfortable.
Oh, extremely uncomfortable. But that was the whole movie. The whole movie just makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like... I think we all were sitting there with, like, a racing heartbeat. Yeah. And, like, I was sitting there, literally, I could feel it in me, continuously adjusting in my seat. It's like, please end this panic attack, because this is horrible. But the performances were stellar.
I think my anxiety might be worse than I thought, because I felt completely normal throughout that entire movie.
Oh, baby.
Like, that movie had no effect on my mental health whatsoever. I was sitting there, I was like, okay, yep.
We might need to up your dose, darling.
It's fine. It's totally okay.
No, yeah, but the performances were absolutely phenomenal. This might be... I love RDJ as Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it might be his best performance as an actor.
Best performance by far, in my opinion. From all the things I've seen him do, so good.
Especially given the twists that... I don't want to spoil too much about the movie, but some of the twists with his character were so good. What?
J.D. Petty said, "I am become nude scenes, destroy your uncovered." Is that what you were laughing at too? That is incredible. It's so true though.
Yeah.
If you see the movie, you'll know what scene we're talking about. It is. Yeah. It's aggressive.
Yeah. At brunch, we had some mimosas at brunch, literally like less than a mile from the theater.
Yep.
Between the two movies, and that was the running theme was "I'm become drunk, the driver of cars," and like
which we did not.
We did not drunk drive. Don't worry. Oh my God.
We're done driving now.
Yeah, definitely done driving now.
What else?
Oh my God.
Yeah, you went real strong.
I may have overdone it on the tequila.
Cillian Murphy, fantastic. Florence Pugh was great, but she was in very little of it.
Yeah, she did a really good job in the few scenes she was in.
What was the name of... Hang on.
I thought Matt Damon was phenomenal.
He was my favorite character, other than Einstein.
And the guy who played Einstein looked like Einstein.
Yeah, like, very much so. It was great.
I will say, as I'm starting to watch more and more of Nolan's work, I'm appreciating him more and more as a director. Yeah. Because the way he does, like, the way he weaves time together, I think is probably the thing he does best.
Well, it's his niche. That's exactly from the beginning. Yeah.
I think the first Christopher Nolan movies I ever actually know I watched as Christopher Nolan movies were the Dark Knight series. And great. Not a ton of that time dilation stuff going on. Not a lot of flashbacks. You have a few, obviously.
Yeah.
But in The Dark Knight Rises, he does the twist in that. Yeah. Like I knew who Joey King was, so I knew what the twist was going to be.
Yeah.
But it was just sitting there and watching this after seeing Dunkirk and the Dark Knight series and all that, and I was like, oh, okay.
Did you ever see Interstellar?
I did see Interstellar. I forgot about that. Yeah,
I just saw that for the first time this year, and like that's cool.
The man has an understanding of how time works that simply is beyond my cognition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about it. Like he starts at the end, and then he works backwards. Essentially, I'm projecting. This may not be how he works, but like once you know the end point, like with this movie, how you build that out and get there, dude. Are you okay? You need like a water. But yeah. And also Emily Blunt, another stellar performance in this movie.
I didn't even realize it was her until you said that.
Yeah, I had to like look up the name just to make sure that's who it was. Yeah. But yeah, Emily Blunt, amazing. I loved the random, like extremely random, like Josh Peck.
Yeah, the number of like A-list actors that were in the movie and like really familiar faces that just were there. I mean, the guy from The Boys.
Yeah. What's his name? I literally said his name in the car ride home.
I forget.
Jack Quaid.
Yeah, Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid has like 4 lines.
Yeah. But he's great.
He does great. Everybody did really well. Rami Malek is in it. And,
just out of nowhere.
And he says almost nothing until the very end of the movie, and then he's phenomenal. Like,
yeah.
And when you sit there, and I think what was really cool about this one was that yes, it is historical fiction. it's based on a true story. It's that kind of movie. But a lot of the stuff in the movie is like you could go back and read the actual transcripts of some of the conversations. Obviously not the main one with Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But the Strauss confirmation hearing, you can go back and like find the transcripts from that and go, okay, like so this is how this was going.
Yeah.
Archie, stop growling. Don't growl at me when I tell you to stop growling.
How do we live, laugh, love in these conditions? Amazing.
We don't.
No, not in Oppenheimer. You'll live, laugh, love a lot in Barbie. Yeah, no, John Cena showing up out of nowhere in
Barbie.
It was amazing. Absolutely incredible. Two incredibly star-studded films with two completely different tones.
Yeah. I will say, you know, there was when we're watching Barbie, there's the, you know, he's literally me. I'm literally watching Oppenheimer, I'm like, oh god, he's literally me. Way more occasions. There were far more moments in that movie where I had it's literally me thought process.
Oh my god. The only one that I felt like I identified with was Matt Damon's character.
Fair.
Which is weird because I'm also Ken.
So's Matt Damon, I guess. We're all Kenough.
Well, because you look at Matt Damon's character in that, he's definitely into trucks for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's fantastic that you two are both dressed as Ken and Oppenheimer.
I'm just wearing a black shirt.
Can he wear your hat?
Oh, please.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, you need the hat.
I need the hat?
You do need the hat. It's true.
Hat on screen.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
There it is.
All right. Phenomenal.
We have Ken and we have Oppenheimer.
Pipe still?
Oh, it's in my car. No, wait, that's the way to wear it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I am become lore, destroyer of lodge.
Oh my god.
I am become historian, destroyer of Tartaria.
Oh god. His people still comment on our videos, trying just being jerks about it. It's
hilarious. They have low energy.
They're super. Tartaria is the lowest energy.
Yeah,
easily. You cannot get more low energy than Tartaria.
You know what? Kenergy is the new. What was that thing that you and Gent?
What?
Gent. Remember Gent from high school?
Yeah, when we were going to start a podcast called The Gentleman, and then all of our friends were like, "We never succeed with the podcast."
Yep. Kenergy is the new Gent. Oh yeah. Shockingly enough.
Suck it, guys.
Oh, ye of little faith. Ye of low energy.
I saw this. I did not see this coming.
No, this was a complete shock.
Yeah, no. I'm sitting here drinking pink margarita on a podcast.
Talking about
Barbenheimer. Yeah, I mean, this is the life. We are living the life right now.
We really are.
This is the quietest that Elle has been in a long time. Yeah. She made her debut on Twitch.
Hayden is the Hat Man confirmed.
I am the Hat Man.
Man, this is so cool. He's literally me for
I'm gonna become Hat Man, destroyer of Legacy.
No.
Oh. Yeah, Flat Earth is extremely low energy.
Flat Earth is very low energy. Archie, come here. Come here. Come here. Why? Do I need to put you in the other room? Because I can do that. Yep. Sorry, we're currently having technical difficulties, but the technology is...
Dog.
Selective breeding.
Yeah, it's true.
Archie. Oh! That distracted him. Welcome back to the Chaos Lodge.
Yeah, literally. Somebody said, please wear that hat forever. It completes you. Honestly, you look good in the hat.
I think I do look solid in the hat.
I kind of wish I had mine.
You sit, you stay.
Yeah, because that works. Yeah, it was his fault.
So I muted them for a second.
That one was his fault.
That was his fault. Archie, there can only
Can I
be
try the
one.
hat?
Yeah, you can try the hat. This has
I
been
kind
far
of
too long a
want
day
you
already.
to go get my hat and thing from the car.
I can I can make a run.
Would you do that?
I would do it.
All right, you keep this hat. I'm gonna get mine.
Okay.
Or Kat's gonna get mine because she's great.
We need cowboy hats.
Because I'm what?
Because you're great.
Yeah.
We need cowboy hats.
So pretty and amazing.
Thank you.
You disgust me. Love you, Cat.
I'm just Ken.
You're just Ken. I do think we need to talk about Barbie though, because
Oh, we will.
What a film!
Honestly, one of the best I've seen all year.
Right, Top Gun came out last year. I was like, it's like I've seen some good movies this year. Ooh, yeah. At no point in the film did I expect what was coming next.
No.
That was, I think, the beauty of that movie is like, it very much keeps you guessing, because it starts off and it's everything you saw from the trailers, and then it throws you into just existential crisis after existential crisis over and over again.
I swear they looked at me over a dozen times every time Ken said something.
Mm-hmm. You're literally him.
Ken is me. It's horrible. It's like, it really made me sit and think for a little bit. Like, actually.
Also, the final line of the movie was phenomenal.
What was it again?
I don't want to spoil it for people, but
yeah, that's right.
There we go.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Just, I do think we should have watched them in the opposite order.
Yeah, 100%. I was absolutely wrong on that.
I will say, I don't know that I would call either of them rewatchable though.
I would rewatch.
I don't know that I would rewatch Barbie.
I would rewatch Barbie for sure. That dance number, oh my god.
Okay, yeah, I would definitely. Here's the thing about Oppenheimer was like a one shot, cool, like good.
Yeah.
Barbie, I would not want to rewatch the entire thing, but there were several scenes that were endlessly rewatchable.
I'd rewatch the whole thing. I would literally go back to a theater to watch it again.
Oh my god.
But I'm just Ken.
But you're just Ken, right? You're Kenough.
I'm Kenough. I will.
The fact that he had a shirt that said it. Too.
I will find that sweatshirt. People have recreations of it, but it's not fuzzy. I need the fuzzy one, and I need the bandana.
Oh, I'm not wasted. Excuse you. I am perfectly fine.
I am become Ken, destroyer of Bardom. It's Barbie what? Barbieland?
Barbieland.
Barbieland. It's Barbieland.
Kendom.
Kendom.
Yes.
Yes.
Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House was an incredible line.
Amazing.
And here's the thing, though.
Horse is an extension of man.
I feel like the entire film was written to kind of portray the Kens as himbos.
100%.
But also, he's literally me.
Yeah.
I was almost everything he said. I was like, yeah, I could vibe with that. Horse is simply an extension of man. Absolutely.
Yeah. 100%.
I just simply didn't have the words to say it before.
Exactly. But now I've been educated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The musical number, the Kens battling, I looked at the girls or something this looks like so much fun, and they both rolled their eyes.
Oh yeah. I mean, looks like a great time. Even the Battle of the Kens was great.
And I think they actually, I will say, a lot of people got on the movie for being kind of very socially progressive and all that. I thought that it was honestly this. If you took this and released it in 2003, I think it would have done as well.
Yeah. Because
the thing is, the stereotypes that they're pulling out were all really funny.
Yeah.
And they managed to not really insult anybody. It was just this is all silly and good fun.
Well, that's something I said.
Also, Alan.
Yeah, Alan.
We all know an Alan.
We all know it.
Yeah.
I said to Kat in the car back, I was like, if you don't like this movie, or you think it's inaccurate, or you think it's bad, you're just out of touch with current social existence. Because it's just, this is a mirror.
Oh yeah.
This is how things are right now.
Yeah, both of the, because that's the thing is, I think a lot of the commentators that watched the movie looked at the Barbie side of things.
Yeah.
Under the impression that the movie was saying that was good.
Yeah, no, the movie literally at the end says no.
Yeah, they're like, maybe we should reach towards something that's more like equality and not entirely feminine led or entirely masculine led.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the one? There was one that I was thinking. Oh yeah, when they're there's one scene where one of the characters asks, where do the Kens live? And Margot Robbie's Barbie goes, I actually haven't thought about it. Like, the Kens are all just straight up homeless.
Yeah.
Like, and the Barbies all live in dream houses.
They only exist to support Barbie.
Exactly. And there's a moment where Ryan Gosling's character says as much. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what I am without you.
Yeah,
And
literally.
it's like, yeah, there's the joke of like when you get broken up with or something and you're like, I don't know who I am without. No, he's literally like, I actually do not know who I am without you.
Like, that's his character arc, is literally just figuring out who he is. I am Knuff.
I had a good time. I had a good time with that one.
Ken was the fallen hero, but like, and the nice thing is that he did redeem himself.
Yeah, tell me why this had a better like tragic hero arc than half of the movies that have come out lately.
I know, it's so good.
Like, Ken starts off, he's so good, he's got all the great intentions, he goes into the real world, and then he's like, I'm gonna become like a bro fascist.
Yeah, literally who he became.
Just bro fascism, which, as far as political spectrum ideologies go, pretty hilarious.
Pretty hilarious, and also not the worst.
Not the worst one. Like,
Not
it wasn't great.
Not good.
It could have used some tweaking,
Yeah.
but like, you put me in an island with a bunch of dudes, and I think we'd have a good time if we lived like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a great time.
If there are women there, they should also be equal.
Exactly.
But like,
that was the main problem is like that they flipped it so it went from the Kens only exist to support Barbie to the Barbies only exist to support Ken. But I also liked that there was a constitution.
Yeah, that was hilarious. There was a Supreme Court.
McKinnon. What's her first name? Kate McKinnon?
No, that's the Coulter Wall song. But it might also be her name.
It's Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Barbie.
Is it?
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Probably my
Great.
favorite character in the entire film.
Great.
So good. And
No.
not a kid's movie. Not a kid's film.
No, yeah, don't take your children to this.
No. Your kids probably won't understand what a beach off is, but there's a number of references to beaching each other off.
Yeah.
Which were definitely not intended for children.
No, not at all. Also, yes, I am in fact Beach Ken. I am stereotypical Ken. Like, it is known.
It is known.
It is known.
It is known.
Yeah. The Battle of the Kens rivals the Battle of the Bastards.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wait, this isn't much of a spoiler. The one dude from the corporation gets shot, he's like, are there real weapons here? That's great.
It's like a genuinely funny movie in the early 2000s old school style.
Yeah.
There's a lot of slapstick in it, but there's also some heart. And I think that is why I enjoyed it so much, is I really did feel like I was watching something that came out in like 2006.
Yeah, it's the first comedy movie I've found funny in a while.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I'm still not over Ken solving racism through misogyny.
That was hilarious.
Truly incredible. Like,
to be fair,
the dance number.
Well, to be fair, they weren't like racist towards each other in the beginning. They just all were angry that.
Yeah, but they brought all the races together.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I wasn't saying they were being racist. It's like they were all like, I know you're black, I'm white, you're Asian, but let's put aside our differences in the face of the real enemy, women.
No, but
they needed an
Barbie.
Andrew Tate Ken.
Oh my god! I mean, that basically was Ken for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then immediately he's like, yeah, once I found out the patriarchy wasn't about horses, then I kind of lost all interest. Like, he just wanted love.
He
just wanted to be loved.
At the end of the day, it's kind of wholesome, you know?
He wanted to be Knuff for Barbie.
He just wanted to be Knuff.
And then eventually he realized that he'll never be enough for Barbie. Kennarby. He'll never be enough for Barbie.
Warren Kennarby.
He'll never be enough for Barbie, but he needs to learn how to be enough for himself.
Exactly. I want I know that Call of Duty has been playing around a lot with like tie-ins. I want Ken in Call of Duty. I will buy the pack.
That would be amazing.
To be able to play as Beach
the
Ken.
bandana.
Yeah, oh my god.
The fur coat.
100%.
Yeah.
I want a whole Ken pack.
Yeah.
I am a grown-ass man. And I am sitting here like, I am in love with this film.
Oh, it's amazing. It's incredible.
Oh, and just... I feel like there are so many cultural references that are going to spawn from that. And I'm so ready for all of them.
Yep.
I'm ready to be Ken for Halloween. And you know what, maybe we should just keep being Ken after that. This is the Ken Lodge.
Welcome to the Ken Lodge.
Oh.
High energy only.
High energy only. We decided that Jeb Bush, despite being low energy, is high energy.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we need Kenergy drinks.
Actually, to be fair, Jeb Bush is more of an Allen.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think, do we have an Allen? I don't think we have an Allen. Ryan, do you want to be Allen?
I was going to say, is it Ryan? Ryan,
are you there? History Daddy, are you in the chat? Because we need an Allen.
Would you like to be an Allen?
I mean, I wouldn't like to be an Allen.
No.
Just History Daddy's a rather unique individual. What with the mustache?
There's only one Al.
There's only one Allen. At least she's being quiet.
And not destroying anything she should be.
That's true.
Big Kenergy.
Big
for
Kenergy.
sure.
Biggest of Kenergy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really sure what else to say at this point. I kind of got off track.
I mean, what was your favorite part of the movie of Barbie?
Oh, absolutely the musical number.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Ken's musical. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was great.
That was I forgot up until I saw the movie that Ryan Gosling was a Disney kid, that he was Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
Like,
have you seen La La Land?
No.
He's great in that.
I've seen like 4 Ryan Gosling movies total, including this one.
Which ones?
Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay.
Barbie.
Okay. You've never seen Blade Runner 2049?
No, I didn't.
You've never seen Drive?
No.
You're insane.
I probably should see Blade Runner.
You brought the
problem
too.
was I was
Amazing.
not a huge fan of the Blade Runner film.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? The first or the second?
The first one.
All right. So, despite the high energy,
When did you get a pipe?
I am become Ken, destroyer of Barbie Land.
Oh, you don't smoke.
I've had this for ages.
You just decided to get a pipe?
No, my buddy just gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in college, he was like, "Yeah, this was my grandfather's. Do you want it?" And I'm like, "Okay."
I feel like I need props. I need like a cigarette and a nuclear device. Or I possibly just need to cry. I was expecting more crying, actually.
You're not Jordan Peterson.
Oh, God. I'm trying to be Oppenheimer here.
Yeah, he did cry a bit.
Yeah, he did cry a little bit. I expected more crying. Like, the memes made me think there was going to be more crying.
Yeah. He also was there just like...
He doesn't really cry. He more just looks deeply unsettled for most of the film.
To be fair, most of the film is deeply unsettling.
It is a deeply unsettling film. I was expecting footage of the bombs being dropped.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
What?
You expecting to see it dropped on Hiroshima and being like, what do you mean? What do you mean they don't show it?
They told me that Christopher Nolan actually did it with practical effects. I assumed he bombed the cities all over again, and I was deeply disappointed to find out this was not the truth. I mean, I thought he was committing to the bit.
Yeah, yeah.
How did they do that? Did you look into it, the practical effects for that?
Some of it was miniatures, and some of it was just like a lot of TNT. Like, that's about it.
Also,
I think it was a bit of forced perspective.
Anybody who goes to see the movie needs to understand that the first 5 minutes are very loud.
Yeah, for
it is
no
just
reason.
a barrage of light and sound, and you're like, okay, all right, that's enough.
Yep.
It's enough slices.
How frequently did you have your earplugs in?
The whole movie.
The whole movie?
It was a very loud film.
Nolan really likes his loud movies. I
remember Interstellar.
Yeah.
Interstellar, you were like, I am in the rocket ship right now.
People were complaining about the music in this one. It wasn't as bad as Tenet.
I didn't see Tenet.
Tenet is literally, you can't hear half the dialogue.
Is the movie any good? Okay.
Look, technically it's well done. It's just kind of a bland story because you know in the first 5 minutes what the twist is going to be.
Oh, okay.
Or at least I did. That's not like me like hyping myself up. It's just
did Nolan do Inception?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've also seen Inception. Inception was one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Oh God, that's a class. I need to watch that again. It's been far too long. It's just become the various movies we like and dislike review show, and that's okay.
Oh, Kat and I watched Jaws, but all the movies in reverse.
It was a
Like,
lot of fun.
like you started with the last one and went back,
Correct.
or you watched the movies on rewind?
No. No, we started with the last one and we went to the first.
Uh-huh.
So, Jaws the Revenge, hilariously bad movie.
Okay.
Hilariously bad.
It's a movie called Jaws the Revenge.
Do you want to know?
It's a hilarious
Do you want to know
movie.
what the revenge is?
Absolutely. I'm
Okay.
assuming they kill Jaws.
No, we're still trying to figure out who was getting revenge on.
Yeah. Because the movie starts off with the youngest Brody brother being killed by a shark.
Okay.
So then,
Keep in mind, I've never seen a single Jaws film.
yeah, that's fine. Then the whole family goes to Jamaica, where the older brother's living, and the shark follows them to Jamaica. But the mom now suddenly, 4 movies in, developed some form of psychic connection with the shark, so she knows
Is
it's
this the
there.
same cast?
Just the mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
This poor woman.
Yeah, no, the Brody sons were different in each one, but this actress was in 3 out of the 4 as the mother. Anyway, so Michael Caine's in it.
So Steven Spielberg really made like one good Jaws film.
He only made the first one.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the rest, he was just like, I'm not doing this.
Correct. No, he literally, they
Is
approached
there any difference between this and The Meg?
many.
Okay.
Yeah. The Meg actually references Jaws a number of times.
I would
But
assume
it's
so.
a very different storyline. The third one is basically just an ad for SeaWorld.
But it's so good.
It's great.
It's fun.
It's a fun movie. It's
Okay,
not...
to be fair, I will say the one thing that was entirely over the top, and I think the reason it reminded me of the early 2000s so much,
Yeah.
the product placement in Barbie
Mm.
was aggressive.
Well, it was also intentional.
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't
play.
show
Yeah, you
Yeah,
play
right.
you play Call of Duty Warzone, and there's kind of a running joke about getting into the GMC electric Hummer, like because it's called the GMC electric Hummer. It's not just like the Hummer or the electric vehicle or something. No, it's the GMC electric Hummer. So take that and just put it on absolute steroids, because the number of times I saw the GMC electric Hummer in that movie,
I need some too.
the number of times that they flashed the Chevy logo,
Yeah.
like
I
GMC paid
was-
for this film.
was proud to get in my car after that.
Yeah, I got in a Nissan.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So, Jaws 2.
Mhm.
Okay, hang on. So, Jaws 2, decent sequel. It's a good movie.
Right.
It's a good movie, right? So it's it's the chief from the first one. He's back and he's got to defend it, and like the whole town thinks he's losing his mind because this was, I think, before they really fully understood PTSD. And that's
Okay.
clearly what they were getting at with
Uh-huh.
him, but it was just a little underdeveloped.
I mean, it was called shell shock up until like the 90s.
Exactly. So like he had that, but they didn't know it
Mhm.
because society didn't understand it at that point. But that's what they were getting at. So if they had a better understanding of PTSD, it would have been a better movie.
Got
But
it.
It's just a product of its time. The first one is my favorite movie, which is shocking that you've never seen it. We need to rent out the theater because I'm going to
We
watch it
should
with you.
do that.
You immediately realize why Steven Spielberg is Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
He made that film when he was 26, and it's like
What
going.
the hell are we doing with our lives?
I know. When you go from the previous ones, when you go in that order, when you go from Jaws 2, which you're like, oh, that's a pretty good movie,
To Jaws.
to Jaws, you're immediately like, oh, every shot's gorgeous. Like the framing, the composition, the choreography of the blocking of each character in each scene. There are multiple scenes where it will go from a wide shot of people to a medium shot to a close up with people in the background. Like there's so much depth in each shot. Like it's so beautifully done. And then the story is great. The script's great. The dialogue is great. The fact that they casted so many people that were from the area, so they just look like normal people,
Yeah.
but they put in incredible performances. It's like just it makes you appreciate how good the filmmaking is
Yeah.
so much more.
True.
So
It's kind of like when I watched The Hobbit and then went back and watched Lord of the Rings. And it's
Exactly.
like,
exactly. Yeah, sorry. I'm a film person.
No, this
sorry
is
for the
nice.
rant.
Usually I talk the entire time.
Yeah.
So this is enjoyable.
Yeah,
for me.
because we should
Yeah.
do like a monthly movie show.
Maybe we should just make the podcast more about, like, we should watch a movie on a different subject and talk about it each week.
I'm down.
On like various folklore and horror story
I'm
topics.
totally down.
Could do that.
Lore Lounge?
History. Lore Lounge could come back. Refile this as a comedy podcast.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, it's at this point.
Wait,
What is
wait.
this show even about? We were supposed to be having a debate with a guy about Sound of Freedom tonight, and then he didn't show up. Shocker.
Well, wait, Matt, was Jaws 2 really double digits? That's wild.
Double digits what?
Body count.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I actually didn't really know how many people died in Jaws at all.
A good number. There's in the first one, it's
Girl in the beginning.
yeah, girl in the beginning, and then it's the boy, Ben Gardner, the dog,
The dog, not the
yep,
dog.
the guy in the rowboat in the pond,
Yeah.
and then I think that's it until Quint.
Spoiler.
That's not. It's the movie came out in '75.
It's fair.
Like, yeah. So I think 5.
All right, it's not too many.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
Yeah.
No,
They're like gruesome deaths.
That's how many children Wendigo killed.
I
Well,
want
3 to 5.
I want you to watch Jaws because I think there's a lot of influences we could take from that into We Went Camping.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not that like they're different stories, but
Mhm.
there are certain scenes that could be applicable to scenes we have in We Went Camping.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited to actually do We Went Camping.
I know, right?
I'm so excited to do We Went Camping.
Yeah, I need to finish that fucking
I
redraft.
I still simply refuse to write in a intimate scene.
It's not happening.
No.
No.
and it's gonna be like the only horror movie that doesn't have one.
Exactly.
So...
Oh well, Jaws doesn't.
Is Jaws a horror movie? Technically,
Eh,
is it more of a
technically,
thriller?
It's more of a thriller for
Yeah.
sure, but
I think Antlers didn't, but Antlers also was like
in the chat for the dog and Jaws. Oh, we love
there's a
Pipette.
bunch of F's too. I love it.
Poor Pipette.
That was the dog's name, Pipette.
Yeah, Pipette.
How would you know that?
I don't think it registers
The
in your
tism.
brain how many times I've watched that movie.
It's the tism.
Pipette, Pipette, come on, Pipette.
He's wearing a fedora and pretending to smoke a pipe while talking about Jaws, and you think he's not on the spectrum?
No, I know he is.
I know.
Well, we both
We
thought.
knew this.
Yep,
We need to get you a whip. You used to have a whip.
I have them still.
Oh my god, this man made himself some whips.
Bull whips.
Why?
I have 3 of them.
Bull whips.
Because
yeah.
so here's the thing. So in high school, I rewatched the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool or whatever. And then like for whatever reason, I was like, how do whips work? And then I was like, oh, with a flick of your wrist, you can make a piece of string break the sound barrier.
Look at the frick of the wrist.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So I was like, that's so cool. I want to try it. So when I was at Rex's place, I got some weed whacker line and some duct tape, and I made a functioning whip,
I remember this.
and it worked.
It did work.
And then I was like, I want to do a real one because this looks gross. And then I found out online that you can take paracord and some other materials and make a true braided like bullwhip. Made one that was like it was a 5-foot whip, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Now I want one that aesthetically looks like the Indiana Jones whips. I made 2 of those. The third one's definitely my best, and I'm excited about it. And it's literally you could do that.
Mhm.
Like this in the proper motion, that amount of effort, and you can make something break the sound barrier.
Mhm.
I guess that's where my scientism comes out.
Probably.
But like that is so cool to me.
I just remember being frightened.
Yeah, valid.
Like you were pretty good with the whip. You were a little reckless with the whip at times.
Fair. Disclosure: all of my family has always lived above the Mason-Dixon line, so I just have to put that out there. I've never had any familial ties in any form of the Confederacy or any of the supporting states, so we'll let that rest there. Interest is purely scientific and fanboy based
Okay.
of Indiana Jones. Just putting that out there.
Okay. Sure. Not sure where I was going with that line of Schur's.
Yeah, I don't know either.
To be honest, I am only 30% here right now. After today, I have consumed far too much media,
Yeah, it's a lot.
and at this point, a little bit too much alcohol. I thought it would be funny. I thought it'd be fun. Hi, Ella. How did you even get there?
That's shocking.
You see the
Oh, yeah.
dog?
She just licked my leg, so I definitely see the dog.
The dog managed to climb through the table and is currently staring at me. Okay.
If this is anybody's first time watching the podcast, I can't imagine what they're thinking. Valid point. They probably think that I'm a Reddit incel, just with the hat. I am become the arc melter of Nazis.
Do you want to come say hi to the people?
Nazis. I hate these guys.
There we go. Here's the husky in question.
The big doggo.
Yeah. It's just larger Archie.
Big friend.
Much louder Archie, actually.
Yeah.
Considerably
Much
more destructive Archie.
Archie.
Like if Archie was the Trinity test, this is our Bamba.
Kellen, thank you. I appreciate it.
What did Kellen say?
He's gonna get me a write up on the 6'5" versus 308.
We don't need to do more.
I've done some research in it in the past couple of years, and like I just I want to know more opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's super chat time.
Yeah, we've read most of them already.
You've been reading them?
Yeah. This is a chaotic show.
I mean, it's at this point. The thing is, I feel like back when the Friday videos were like 20 to 30 minutes long, it made sense for this show to be an hour and a half of discussion about the topic at hand.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can physically say anything more about the thing we talked about on Friday.
Yeah, no, at this point we make feature-length documentaries once
Every
a week.
Yeah. So it's like
that's shocking.
Now we come here and regale you with personal tales and talk about Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should let them choose a movie for us to review every week.
Yeah.
You guys a segment for the show.
Would you guys be interested in that? Because that's my area of expertise.
I'm having a bit of a staring contest with the husky. What? Yeah, that's true. The dog was
Thank you again for getting these.
exceedingly loud. Is exceedingly loud.
Yes.
What? You just said yes.
Oh, someone said Jaws. Yeah, because you've never seen it.
You said yes.
What?
You just looked at the chat and said yes.
Yeah, because someone said Jaws.
But you didn't say Jaws first. You just said yes.
I was replying to them before speaking to you.
Okay.
Well, they can hear me.
Well, yeah, but how are they going to know you're responding to just yes?
Context clues from what I say afterward.
Okay, fair.
Alright, we got a second Jaws in the chat.
Yeah.
Third Jaws.
This week's topic was pretty rough. I was a little disappointed that the guy we were going to have come on didn't... There were two people who agreed to come on to talk about Sound of Freedom with us. Both of them bailed.
Do you want me to talk about Sound of Freedom with you?
No, that's okay.
Hi, baby.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's... Yeah, it's
Do we want to talk about? I'll talk about the movie.
we already talked about the movie on like 4 different podcasts.
Oh,
man.
that's right, we
Like,
did, yeah.
if you want to talk about the film aspect, since we're kind of talking about movies right now.
I mean, it was
But-
good.
Is it better than Oppenheimer?
The
Technically,
narrative,
no.
I think is
The narrative, yeah, but like the
cinematics. No, the
no,
narrative.
Yeah, that's my point.
I'm
Yeah.
not asking if it's better than Barbie, because I know there's no way it's better than Barbie.
Correct.
Because Barbie is the movie of the century. Exactly.
I still think the best film of all time is Mono's Hands of Fate.
What?
What?
What is that?
How do you not know what Mono's Hands of Fate is?
It sounds like an animated.
It's
movie.
widely regarded as the worst film of all time. I was just trying to get a rise out of you. I figured your film school ass would
Not
know
The
this.
Room.
The Room is a perfect film. Tommy Wiseau is a genius, and I will hear no slander. I did not hit her. I did not do it. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Like,
Oh my god.
have you ever read an interview with that man?
Uh-huh.
It is the most enigmatic thing you'll ever see.
Yep.
I was reading through one, and they're like asking him questions, and he would just straight up not answer them. Just say something totally unrelated. Or something weird. They'd be like, so where are you even from? And he's like, ha ha. And they're like, okay. All right.
I don't know why he doesn't like answering that question.
I have to wonder if the guy like lived a previous life as some sort of like international mercenary or
No.
was a communist. Like,
Yeah, no, it was something crazy.
he has to have been like a member of the Soviet Communist Party at this point. Like, how else?
Kind of like half of the characters in Oppenheimer.
That was the other thing. I was shocked by how like legit the political commentary in that was, because it was like a lot of it
Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer, because a lot of it was like, you know, these people are being framed as communists, but then it was also like, also communism's not great. Like,
Well, I mean, of anything, it was the best representation of what the McCarthy era was actually like. That
without McCarthy actually making an appearance.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
Also, random Gary Oldman is Truman.
Oh yeah.
I love how he played Winston Churchill. He's just going through all of the leaders within World War II. Like, that's hilarious.
At what point, when you found out about the thing with Strauss, did you realize that the one senator they were going to name drop was Kennedy?
Oh, I didn't until they said it.
The second they said 3 senators, I was like, one of them's Kennedy.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about the fact that Kennedy was in politics at that point.
He was young. He was a younger senator.
I didn't realize he got into politics that young.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense considering
he did it because it was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't do these things because they're easy. We do them because they are hard. I will take the CIA, rip it up into 1,000 pieces, and scatter it into the wind.
I want to see John F. Kennedy.
Yes, he was Ken. He was a Ken.
He was Ken.
Sure. He had that high Kennedy.
Yeah, high Kennedy.
The Kennedys have high Kennedy.
Unfortunately, the bullet had a higher Kennedy.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, that's actually a good question.
The CIA simply had higher Kennedy.
No. Is it Kennedy or are Kennedy and energy?
It was kinetic Kennedy.
No, but that's the thing. Are Kennedy and energy?
Did you even appreciate the kinetic?
I did.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad.
But are Kennedy and energy opposing forces? Because Jeb doesn't have high energy.
True. Yeah, I feel like they're not. I feel like they're neither. I feel like they're neither mutually exclusive nor complementary.
They're just
separate things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kenergy would I think you would compare more to like passion.
Yeah.
Whereas like energy would be like Jeb Bush was low energy. No, you know what? Kenergy would be charisma.
Yes. Kenergy is Riz for sure.
Exactly.
Well, no, because Ken did not have Riz with Barbie.
True.
Oh, that's true.
He did not.
Did you ever in your life imagine that we'd be sitting here saying the words "Ken did not have Riz with Barbie" to an audience that will eventually accumulate to around 30,000 people?
Nope. No.
Damn, we're good.
Oh, this is hilarious.
This show makes considerably less money now, but I'm all for it.
Could you imagine if Supernatural was started today and Sam and Dean had a podcast?
I would want Sam and Dean to hunt Ken.
No.
Think about it. No, right? Listen. Listen to me. All 3 of you listen to me.
Dean has extremely high energy. He would never.
But here's what I'm thinking. Think how many episodes. There were several episodes. There were several episodes of Supernatural where fictional stuff made it into the real world and they had to fix it.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to kill Ken. They just have to get him back to Barbie world or Barbie land.
Yes.
Good. That's fine. You know.
Although it would also be really funny if Ken became like a vampire or something. They did in fact have to.
That'd be terrible.
Like a season 16 of Supernatural where it's just them hunting Ken, I would watch.
That's fair. Dean and Ken would bro down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like Sam and Aaron or Alan would get along well because they're the same person.
There was nobody else to play that character but Michael Cera.
No shot.
That character was designed for Michael Cera. Like, it's like we need somebody who's neither male nor female but is male, and they were like, yes, I know the most gender neutral person on the planet. It's Michael Cera.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Michael Cera, I need to go back and rewatch Scott Pilgrim vs. the World because
I haven't seen it in a while either. Yeah.
What a quality film!
It's a good time.
Ridiculous movie.
Yes.
Absurd. Utterly insane.
I agree.
Also, I have no concept of how old Michael Cera is.
He might be in his 40s.
He might be. He also might be 24.
Well, there's no way because he would have been a child for Scott Pilgrim.
Well, he was a child for Arrested Development, and I don't know when that came out.
Early mid-2000s?
I did not know Arrested Development existed until 2014.
Yeah, I thought it was same era as...
I thought it was a 2010 show.
Yeah, I thought it was same era as Community, because that's how everybody talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't realize it was that early.
Yeah, no, it's apparently very early.
Shocking.
Which, entire cast of that show is phenomenal.
I've never seen it.
I could not get through more than 5 episodes. I got so bored.
For ages, I always thought it was about someone who was a grown-up that was mentally a child.
Yeah, Arrested Development.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it is.
Oh, is it?
Yes, but it's also about them living in a house in a development that is was supposed to be being built.
Yeah.
But someone got arrested.
Okay, see, that's the last way it was
there's arrested development, as in somebody got arrested and it stopped the development. And then there's also the fact that there was arrested development in the psychiatric issue.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Does everybody have arrested development?
No.
Got it. Oh, also, anybody who has curiosity about how to work with hats, I found out this week, because this hat used to be really floppy, that if you use high level isopropyl alcohol, like 90 or above.
My favorite drink.
Exactly. If you spritz it along any felt or wool hat or whatever, it stiffens it right up. So if your hat gets wet and it's like, very flimsy, or it just is naturally flimsy, that's a way to fix it up. Don't.
Oh, I hear Archie whining.
Oh, the poor boy.
guy.
Okay, well, she's sleeping, so I'm not complaining.
That's fair. It is kind of nice that Ella's not making sound right now. For once. There's always money in the banana stand, Kellen.
I just realized. I thought the tone and the experience of Oppenheimer was going to be much closer to something like BoJack Horseman.
I want Oppenheimer directed by Taika Waititi.
Oh my god. I am shocked at how fun Blue Beetle looks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that looks like it's going to be a great time.
It looks very silly.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, Iron Man, and Spider-Man mixed into one. Let's go.
Basically, yeah.
All right, we should probably answer Super Chats, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've said most
let's just let it.
Okay. Fox and Film for £5 said, "Hey guys, first time catching this live. Recently found out there's a Mason Lodge on my street, and I want to join, but I'm a little nervous. Great work, by the way. Any advice?"
Just reach out and be like, "Hey, can I come to a dinner?" Or, "Hey, I'm interested in joining." They will be very welcoming. They will probably ask you to come hang out.
If you're a man.
Well, yes, if you're a man. If you're a Ken.
Do they have high energy at the lodge?
Oh, very high energy at the lodge.
Like, actually?
Extremely high energy at the lodge.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's the best advertising you've ever done for it.
Oh, yeah.
The Sky King 5 for Canadian $5 says, "Rip me for not reading the title and still having to see either of the movies, but better considering the depressing topic of this week's episode." Yeah. This is the version of levity that we decided to go with.
Listen, my mental health was like Mariana's Trench low by the time that video came out.
Yeah.
Simply because of how much time I had to spend looking at just the worst stuff in the world. So, I needed Barbenheimer. I needed that. Yeah.
I kind of want to get that fake poster and put it up on a wall somewhere.
Barbenheimer?
Yeah. The one that I can't remember.
Here.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. Hermes for $2 says, "Mattis is so cool. He's literally me for real."
I'm him.
You're literally him.
I'm literally me.
Miss Mori for $2 says, "Please wear the hat forever. It completes you."
Okay.
Daniel O'Donnell for $20, thank you, says, "Hey, Roanoke Tales is down to do a video with you."
Oh, sick.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we'll have send an email this week. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Richard Henderson for $4.99 says, "Aiden tapped into his inner Kenergy with the hat and looks awesome." Love that. People are loving the hat.
People love the hats. I never wear hats. He does horrible things to my hair.
Yeah, but it's hidden, so.
Yes, I'm trying to get like the right angle here. Okay.
Fair. He also followed up with $1.99 for "My job is beach," which
My job is beach.
What would be your job? What's your Ken job?
Beach. No, definitely not beach.
I'm beach Ken.
I would be like Ranger Ken, I think. Like Park Ranger Ken. I'd be like Park Ranger Ken.
Yeah, I see it. Fandomaniacs is a member for 1 month. Thank you. Said, "Barbie, the movie that makes you realize that you are a Ken, and Oppenheimer, the movie that makes have a 3-hour panic attack."
That
literally,
is what all of you said. Well, except for the one that fell asleep through half of it.
Well, apparently you're Oppenheimer from what you said.
He's tired.
Hermes for $5 says, "The Aidens are so cool with their nice hats and their anxiety. They're just like me for real." Oh my god, my life's complete.
We've become Ryan Gosling.
I've become
Ryan
I've become literally me. The destroyer of self-esteem.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
My world's complete. I've become a literally me character.
Yeah, we are literally me. We're literally us.
I drive.
I still haven't seen Drive.
It's a good movie.
I like that he referred to that as his superhero movie.
Really?
Yep. He said that scratched the superhero movie itch for him.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can kind of see it, but not really. Phantom Maniacs for $2 says, I thought Wendigoon's kill count was higher. That's funny.
It was 3 to 5 children.
Yeah. Richard Henderson for 49 said, Thornbury just like me for real with the tism. Right there with you, my boy.
For real.
Hermes for $2 says, I am become the Ark, melter of Nazis. Amazing.
That's a good one.
Calling the official data for $6.90. Love it. One, Memento by Chris Nolan, Chef's Kiss.
Okay, have to look at it.
It's a great movie.
As for the Modern Valkyrie question, I have skimmed it. I need to sit down and actually read it.
Yep.
Yes, I have looked at it. I know it's there. I just haven't had a chance to give it a deep read through.
Yep. I offer $150 for an official Thornbury C. Jones whip.
Wait, you missed number 3.
Already
Oh,
responded
okay,
earlier. Yeah. Cakes. If you actually wanted a custom whip from me, I would build you one. It's been a while that I'd do it.
Yeah, he definitely needs the money. He's broke.
It'd be
nothing to his name.
It'd be depending on the size, it'd be a little bit more than 150, but like I'd do it. So, anybody who wants a custom bullwhip, let me know. Hermes for $2. Ever find anything interesting with Dark Winter?
I don't think I can remember what Dark Winter is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. There's still like heavy remnants of tobacco scent in here.
We'll look up Dark Winter on the screen over here.
We do a little trolling for the Park Service.
Winter.
Miss Maury.
The Dark Winter exercise held at Andrews Air Force Base, Washington, D.C. portrayed a fictional scenario depicting a covert smallpox attack. That might be a fun one to do. Ooh, you know who that would be a fun one to do with?
Isaiah? Yeah.
I think he'd like that one.
Is that our next on location one?
That might well, I don't know. It's Washington, D.C. Andrews Air Force Base.
Yeah.
We do need to do an on location one with him though. We also need to go to the Bennington Triangle.
Yeah, true.
We're going to Vermont.
Hooray! Miss Maury for $5 says, at one point in a previous live stream, you mentioned wanting to do an Archie plushie, and people are asking, Makeshift does really great quality plushies. I will say, Kat has our solution, if you want to share it.
I am so ready to build these Archie plushies for you guys.
Build them?
Yeah, I've got like a source for Archie similar plushes. We've got to do is build the name tags. I mean, I was looking into Makeshift a little bit. They seemed really popular with creators, so that would be a little bit better of a turnkey solution. But if you want to go the homegrown route, I have numbers.
All right, we'll have to talk about it.
We've got to talk Archie plush.
Yep. So yeah, it may be coming. Agamemnon's Gym Bag for $2 says, the worst film of all time is Eraserhead.
I haven't seen Eraserhead.
I've never even heard of it. What is it? Pull it up.
Eraserhead?
Yeah. Oh wait, I'd open up a new tab so that way we don't forget about Dark Winter.
I'm not going to forget about Dark Winter.
Okay, well, all right.
1977 American surrealist body horror film written, directed, produced, and edited by David Lynch.
That must have been like early Lynch.
Directed by David Lynch, written by David Lynch, produced by David Lynch.
We all have to start somewhere.
Budget 100,000, box office 7.1 million. Woo!
Not bad. Oh, the poor.
I know, I feel so bad for him.
Problematic Farmer for $4.99 says, we need a recreation of I'm Just Ken but Lorelai's version.
I said that.
He said that in the
theater. In the theater. I was like, Lorelai's version of this song.
Let's do the other fucking... Oops.
You're not supposed to curse on the show. I know. It's a family program.
Nobody here is below the age of 16?
There might be people here below the age of 16.
14?
13.
13? Well, PG-13 gets
We can
one.
reasonably assume that there's nobody here under the age of 13.
Yeah, PG-13 gets one.
True.
So,
yeah.
I need like a profanity button with the delay.
All right.
Just, like scrubs the...
Barbie was PG-13. Where do you put your F-bomb? Where do you put your F-bomb in the Barbie movie since it's PG-13?
They had one.
They did? Where was it?
Remember it was the president? But she
oh,
got leaked
yeah,
out.
right,
yeah.
right.
It was heavily implied.
Yeah. Okay, but if you were actually going to put one, where would it be?
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, if not right there.
I think when the guy gets shot.
Yeah. Holy bleep, are there real weapons here? No. Oh, that's incredible. The White Trash Panda for $2.02. Love it. Nobody ever asks the raccoon to discuss things. Who's the raccoon?
Sounds like some sort of nickname.
Have I? He's like crying.
He is
Do
crying.
you want me to let him in? Or is that going to cause chaos?
It's gonna cause chaos, but like,
Is
there a way we
if
can
you
give him
bring him
love?
to me and I hold him, then he will be fine.
Okay. I'll do
yeah,
my
pick him
best.
up, bring him over.
Archie delivery service. Here, my baby.
Hermes
Poor
for $5 says the Lore Lodge quote for a T-shirt. Ken didn't have Riz for Barbie. Damn, we're good. Yeah, that's great. There it goes.
There it goes. It is his house. He lives here. Oh, you. Thank you.
Archie delivery. Quiet.
All right, problem solved.
I'm just gonna like leave the door open.
Yeah.
In case any of them need to.
Yeah. Joan Hasawaga for $4.99. Please tell me if I said that right or not. Just walked in 45 minutes late. WTF is Kennery. Kennergy, for one. Is this the new Baby Gronk Riz dribbling go? Help, I love y'all as always. Amazing.
No. Kennergy is just,
It's Ken Energy.
you either
It's
got it or
Kennergy.
you don't.
I haven't. Hey.
Wait for him.
Stop.
I know you're just looking, but you're
Stop.
antagonizing him. So quit it.
Stop.
There we go.
Don't lick me.
Okay. Kira. Akira. Amazing. Love that. I was making a meme reference. For $5 says, hi, newer watcher, binge watching your guys' channel. Would it be possible to have a video about the Bone Tree story and updates? Love your channel.
We'll have to go back and look at the Bone Tree and
Yeah,
and see what has been said since.
I agree. Phantom Maniacs for $5 says, another Spielberg movie I suggest is Schindler's List, if that's if you can handle it. Yeah, I was
I
expecting
can handle Schindler's List.
Yeah, same. I've watched it. It's a
Here's
good
the
movie.
thing. I said this in the car ride back from the theater. Schindler's List was 1,000,000 times, maybe not 1,000,000, 1,000 times more uplifting than Oppenheimer was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Oppenheimer was supposed to be uplifting.
There
Also,
was no redeeming quality.
There was nothing.
There
There was
was
nothing
nothing.
blatant.
Yeah,
Schindler's
no.
List at
They-
least was blatant.
Yeah.
they
at the end.
Nolan achieved what he set out to do, but what he set out to do wasn't very pleasant.
Margarita on myself.
Good job.
Also,
You're also so.
how
good.
about that? How about
I know.
that Color Purple remake? I think it's
I sat here watching that commercial so confused because I had no idea what the color purple was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was like,
It was
like a bold take on the classic, and I'm like, the what?
it's a novel. Like it started as a novel,
Uh-huh.
and then Spielberg made the movie in the 90s.
What was the difference between the movie Spielberg made and the one they were presenting?
It must be something important considering he's a producer on the new one.
Yeah, like is it about African Americans in the first one?
Yeah, it's the same storyline.
I wonder what the boldness is.
It may just be like they're doing it again because they want to expose a new generation to
True,
it.
yeah.
So
I was like, did they race swap it? Was there a
No.
gender swap?
No.
Like, did they reset it somewhere else? Like,
Nolan is the Wolverine of directors. I'm glad you picked up on that reference, JD Petty. Z the God for $2 says, "What do y'all think about D&D and dealing with the gods or dealing with gods?"
I've never played. I want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I played it once. It degenerated very quickly, but
I
I'd be
would
down to play it
imagine
again. Yeah. I played it on someone's stream actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's really entertaining. All Dragons Are Sluts for $10 says, random fun fact about where I live. The property I live on has over 100-year-old outhouse. The property has other very old building, but the best is the outhouse.
I wonder if it's a Tartarian outhouse.
It might be. Speaking of old buildings, this reminds me of the new game that I found called Captain's Ministry. It's so good. Check it out. It's basically like City Skylines, but instead of building a city, you're building a bunch of like industry. You get to like have a bunch of like dump trucks and excavators and blast furnaces and farms. It's cool.
Did you stop?
Oh, here's a good one. Chelsea Allen for $1.99 said top 5 movies and top 5 shows.
Ooh. Top 5 movies. If we're including sagas, Lord of the Rings is probably my number 1. Star Wars, the original trilogy, is up there. Inception is up there.
Mm-hmm.
After top 3, I have trouble. The first The Conjuring movie,
Yeah.
like the original Conjuring, I think that's up there for me as well.
Yeah.
Would not know what to say for number 5 though.
I think
actually Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade.
the grouping for 5 that I can think of right now is Jaws, Master and Commander, Ford v Ferrari, The Dark Knight, and The Big Short. Those are incredible. Love all of them for a variety of different reasons. For top 5 shows, I'd go House, in no particular order.
House is up there for me too.
House might be my favorite. Supernatural. Loved. I didn't love all of it. I was gonna say The Mentalist, but it wasn't. It started out great. Well, it didn't end great.
Criminal Minds.
Sherlock. We need to rewatch that.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I haven't seen. I have not seen the second season, but The Bear for me was one of those shows where I watched the first episode and I was like, I don't know.
Shameless. I
haven't seen it actually. With The Bear was like I watched the first episode. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I feel like I need to watch the second one.
Yeah.
By the end of the season, I was like, that was one of the best shows I've ever watched.
Yeah,
and I don't know why.
The main character of The Bear is a main character in
It's
Shameless.
yeah.
He's actually my favorite character in Shameless too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lip. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's
Cool.
literally me. Not
Literally
at all.
me?
Not at all. But
And then I'll throw Breaking Bad in there just because I can. Oh wait, Hell on Wheels. I love that show. It didn't end great, but I love that show.
Longmire?
I did not care for
I like Longmire a lot, but it got really repetitive fast.
I did not care for the first 3 seasons of Breaking Bad.
Fair.
I felt like it took too long to get to the point.
I love Yellowstone too, but that's also gotten really repetitive.
I did like El Camino. Breaking Bad, like
I never watched
movie.
it, but I heard.
Yeah, it was
things.
solid.
I started watching Better Call Saul.
Really good actor.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
The first season of Westworld's amazing. After that, it just falls off.
Andor.
Still haven't finished it.
I
only watch it with you.
I'm gonna put Andor up there. I genuinely, the reason I love Andor so much is that it's Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
It is a noir crime show in the Star Wars universe. Like it's just like that's really cool.
Yeah. I need to watch Altered Carbon. I've heard great things about that
too. Yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of shows that I've heard good things about, I just haven't had the time to watch.
Firefly.
Ooh, another
West Wing, of course.
Another really good one, The Last Kingdom, based off of the Saxon
it.
Chronicles by Bernard Cornwell. So good, a little cheesy, but really good story.
A good show if you're into the Age of Sail like I am is Hornblower. It's not greatly produced because it was in the 90s. Oh, I'm aware. Trust me. No, when I was watching it a year ago, when I was still living with Pat and Rex, they made so many jokes about it. But yeah, no, it's a good show.
Okay, we did have a question from one of our mods who sent it over Snapchat, which was, I have 2 questions. One, who am I in the Ken Lodge? Oh God, Iris, that's a hard one.
I mean, you'd be one of the Barbies, but...
Definitely one of the Barbies. Probably... that's a hard... That's a hard one. Minecraft server Barbie, perhaps. And 2 was, have you seen the Kingsman movies? Which yes, I've seen all 3. The most recent's actually the second best in my opinion.
Really?
I did not care for the second one.
But that's the one with our guy.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Last of Us was pretty solid. Better than The Walking Dead. Well, better than The Walking Dead after season 3.
Yeah. Last of Us I liked. I felt like it was decent. I liked it. It was good. I wasn't blown away.
I love the contentious reviews of episode 3.
Revenge of the Sith movie review podcast. I could talk about that for so long.
Yeah, I could do a whole show about just that movie. Cakes for $4.99 said, "Let me get paid next week, and I'll seriously inquire about the whip. That would be 10 out of 10. Awesome." Yeah, and that's the cool thing about Paracord is we can do like a variety of different colors and stuff. I haven't ventured into patterns before, but I can at least do colors.
Yeah.
Hermes for $5 says, "If I can get a Lore Lodge plus Wendigoon video on my weird hyperfixation OP Dark Winter, I might actually die. Let's go.
I can talk to him about it.
Yeah, we'll do what we can.
We'll talk to him in a few days. So.
Another new Weird Bible this Thursday, so keep an eye out. Christmas loving.
If you guys haven't seen the latest Weird Bible, it is up on the Weird Bible channel.
It is indeed. It was a good one. Despite Isaiah being an hour and a half late. Christmas loving engineer for $12.34. Love it. Haven't made it live in a while. Hope y'all are doing well. Y'all should break out the hats more often.
I know. I didn't expect the hats to be such a hit.
I'm digging that.
I've been with the hat, man.
Imagine if you guys had the like pink cowboy, cowgirl, like Barbie hats, like the pink cowboy.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
That would be a move.
That would be a move.
It would be. It would be. Dr. Glorfindel for $4.99 says, maybe missed it earlier since I got here late. What do you think that Oppie ranks in Nolan's filmography? It's not top 5.
It's not top 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's not top 5.
Dark Knight trilogy is better.
Not all of it.
Not all of it, but I think definitely The Dark Knight is, like, with Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his number 1.
I'm not saying that's his number 1.
Yeah, but that's
I'm just saying, I think The Dark Knight
better,
with Heath Ledger is.
I think.
Okay.
What do you think his best film is?
I think either Interstellar or Inception.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to say Inception because I think for all of Nolan's movies, Inception is the one that takes the things he does really like well better than anybody else.
Yeah.
The funky stuff with time and flashback storytelling and all of that. I think that plus how strong the narrative is, as well as the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are incredible in that movie.
Yeah, so good.
So I think Inception is, of the Christopher Nolan movies I have seen, which includes Dunkirk, Interstellar, Oppenheimer, the Dark Knight trilogy, I already said Dunkirk, and Inception.
Mm-hmm.
I think Inception's my top.
I haven't seen Dunkirk, but of all the other ones that I've seen, I haven't, surprisingly enough. So I will say the top 5
It was good,
me,
but Harry Styles did not need to be in it.
Fair. I think the top 5 for me would be Interstellar, Inception, The Dark Knight, The Prestige, and then maybe Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Just from everything I've seen and heard about it.
Dunkirk was good. It just could have been better.
Tenet was not great. I didn't love Tenet.
Yeah.
The Real William White for $2.56. Love it. Says, whatever happened to the dono goals? Also a woo. We just haven't done them yet, so we're
so behind on doing them that we can't add new ones.
Yeah. We would feel like we're just like being
sexy calendar
wrong.
plan.
We're working on it. We need a photographer.
Yeah, we're working on it. Yon Hasawaga for $19.99 for Mattis. Totally off topic, but since knowing your taste in music, I've been dying to know if you've listened to any Thrice, specifically Alchemy Index albums, considering it's all biblical and historical based themes.
I had not, but I will look them up. Thrice.
Which one? From
Thrice.
I am lit, Ken. Amazing. Oh, I missed it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
Ooh, all right. Okay, I'm vibing with this already. All right, yeah, I'm going to be listening to them.
Thank you for keeping an eye on that. Ryan, sorry, I guess we missed yours, but History Daddy for £2 says, the best film, The Dark Crystal. Also, I am lit, Ken. Amazing. Where were we? Miss Maury for $5 says, after watching this week's vid, if I did it half as much as to me watching as it did to you researching it, I'm glad. Yeah. I'm so glad you took the time to do something fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed it.
Yeah, I was in a dark place there for a minute. I now keep an image of a wood chipper on my phone for easy response.
Amazing. Juliana Mizrahi for €5.99. Aiden's, do you plan to do more videos about the good people, aka Fae, from Irish mythology and their stories? P.S. Can Archie do the Awoo? He did the Awoo.
He did do the Awoo a little bit. I really want to do a video on the Voyage of Bran. I think that would be a fun one. But with how we've been doing lately, we need to do some videos on stuff we know are going to be bangers in the algorithm.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is just
this was not a tough month.
Last month was awesome. This month, YouTube was like, we're going to show your videos to a third as many people as usual, and that's not a joke. I looked at the analytics.
That's like actual numbers.
Yeah.
Miss Maury for $2 said, I live 45 minutes from you, and I am a GM. I'll run a D&D.
Perhaps.
Sure. The Real William Mite for $2.34. Love it. You should do a D&D stream with the Goon.
That would be a good IRL one to do if we all got together.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe Stakuki could come up as well.
Yeah. I mean, he's down in Kentucky, so if we all did, like,
Where's
if we did Virginia or, like,
should get
North
Milo
Carolina,
on that
Milo would have to fly down.
The White Trash Panda for $3.01. Love it. The change in the new color purple is brutal. All dragons are sluts for $10. If y'all ever come back to Knoxville, we have a ton of Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. We have a very in-depth campaigns and literally have everything you would ever need to play. Nice.
I mean, yeah, based on what we just said about Isaiah, that would work. Although I think that they moved out of Tennessee, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I don't know. Quentin Virial for $5 said, first time watching live, about to head back to college tomorrow. I've been loving your vids, especially since I'm an anthropology major, and so this is all wild. Nice.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like them. I considered doing a double major in anth, but I was already a junior at that point. So it was just too much to add in on top of the others.
Bam for $3.53. Love it. Said, if you want to lighten the mood, how about clowns?
Oh, God.
I don't know about
Everybody loves a clown.
No.
Great episode, though. My cousin Sam, when we were kids, was deathly afraid of clowns.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm not, but, like, I understand. Plaz for $5 says, Aiden, read the DGH blurb I sent you on Patreon to get people hype.
What? I'm gonna have to go look for it, but next stream I will.
Cakes,
or maybe on Twitch.
Cakes for $1.99 said, Revenge of the Sith movie review podcast. Please.
Definitely can do that.
Chelsea Allen for $4.99 said, about to start a rewatch of the criminally underrated gem Fringe. If you two haven't watched that one, please do. I have not either.
I have not seen it. Might be a good one.
Yeah. Perturbed Alpaca for $10.
Name.
Yeah, it's a fantastic name.
Great name.
I'm late? ? Oh well. What is your favorite movie or TV speech monologue and why? Mine is Swafford's intro in Jarhead because the scene mortified my grandmother. Shockingly enough, some people might say mine would be Quint's from Jaws, but it's not. I think mine might be not one in particular, but Alan Shore's closing arguments in Boston Legal are on another level. The one where he's fighting against Big Tobacco is really good. Those closing statements are phenomenal writing. Also, the riff in the beginning of The Newsroom, the first episode of The Newsroom written by Aaron Sorkin, that it is Jeff Daniels gives in the first episode, also fantastic. And basically any monologue that President Bartley says in The West Wing.
I've got two for me, which I'm gonna pull them up and read them because they're two of my favorites, both from war movies. But William Wallace in Braveheart, somebody says William Wallace is 7 feet tall, and he goes, "Yes, I've heard. Kills men by the hundreds. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I am William Wallace, and I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You have come to fight as free men, and free men you are. What would you do with that freedom? Will you fight?" Somebody asks, "Fight against that?" "No, we will run and we will live." He says, "Aye, fight and you may die. Run and you'll live, at least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?" Because just hardcore speech.
Yep.
The other is Aragorn's speech at the Black Gate, which is, "Sons of Gondor, of Rohan, my brothers, I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields when the age of men comes crashing down, but it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, men of the West." It's just like, I don't know. I love battle speeches. I think battle speeches are some of the best things in movies. I'm just, it gets me. But what's next?
The next is
Who said Margot Robbie is mid? That is not true. We had an entire argument about this on Pop Culture Crisis. Me and Phil Labonte and Brett Dasovic were all like discussing like what is attractive, what is mid, and I was like stunned that people could look at Margot Robbie and be like, yeah, she's mid. Lies.
Yeah, I think you're just that's incel talk right there. The next is from Brian Isaacs for $5. Says top 5 World War I movies.
World War One?
Unfortunately, I don't know that many World War I movies.
I don't know that many World War I movies.
Number 1 is 1917.
Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
I haven't seen it yet.
Is a good one. 1917 was solid. All Quiet on the Western Front was solid. Outside of that, I can't really think of any World War I movies that I've seen. Unfortunately, like World War I just kind of wasn't. Ooh, Lawrence of Arabia.
Is that technically a World War I movie?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a great film, no doubt.
That was, I mean, he's fighting the Ottomans.
Yeah, true. Hermes for $5 says, favorite video games from narrative or gameplay perspective, Arkham City, hands down. For both.
Ooh, Assassin's Creed 2 through Revelation. The Ezio story in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, George C. Scott. I love George C. Scott's, what is it? A Christmas Carol. That's my favorite one. I love that. I just think he's a great actor. Juliana Mizrahi for €5.99. Just another super chat to thank you for your work at
thank
the
you.
Sound Freedom. Hope you're doing okay. Thanks for speaking out.
Thank you.
Tim Widowich for $2 says, I just wanted to thank you for your content.
Well, thank you.
And thank you, Juliana, as well. Cakes for $1.99 says, Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman is a perfect movie. I have surprisingly not seen many Guy Ritchie movies.
I don't know if I could name a single Guy Ritchie movie I've seen. Not that I haven't seen any, but I wouldn't be able to tell you it was Guy Ritchie.
Fair. Gurk Roleplay for $2 says, Aiden, have you tested out the Minecraft mod pack?
No, I have not had a chance to yet. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, that timing worked out really well because it's just about solidly 8:30.
Yep. And we have food to order.
We do have food to order. Hopefully before they close.
Yes.
So we do have to go, but thank you all so much for hanging out, for watching. I'm glad that you guys are still willing to watch, even when we're talking about something silly.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to be talking about Skinwalker Ranch, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited. That's getting filmed tomorrow.
Just remember, I am become Ken, destroyer of Barbie Land.
I am become Skinwalker, destroyer of Ranch.
Dressing?